To make the children's board book, I had to laminate a piece of thin board between each folio of text, ensuring everything was aligned at the spine. This was too hard to do by eye, so I made a jig. I have no idea if I'll use this jig much, so I didn't want to spend money or time on it. For the wood I used a scrap piece of plywood and some finished timber. The size isn't important, except it has to be big enough not only for the size of the book, but also for stability. And since I'll probably keep it, I don't want it too big, making it hard to store. The width of mine was chosen by the width of the piece of ply I had, and for the depth I decided to make it 2/3 the width, which was plenty larger than the book. I know what you're thinking, I don't have scraps of wood like this lying around. You'll probably be in luck in that most hardware stores and home centres have an offcuts bin where you can get small pieces of wood for cheap or even free. And if you're really lucky, they'll have a cutting station and they'll cut it to size for free or for a couple of dollars. If you're not familiar with this area in the store, just wander in and look lost, but don't get run over. Look for someone with a store apron operating a saw. Go ask them. The people that get put on this job are always the friendliest in the store. Instead of screwing this together, I nailed it because I just felt like hitting something with a hammer that day, and it's fast. I did pre-drill the holes so it wouldn't split the wood. I put a nail in each end and then added 2 extra for good measure. I used some bookbinding glue for extra good measure, which probably wasn't needed. I think the nails I used were 40mm bright steel flathead or box nails. Bullet head nails would be fine too. I think I pre-drilled with a 2mm drill. You probably don't need to pre-drill. Jigs often get glue on them. You could spend time painting them with waterproof polyurethane, 2 coats, sanding between coats. You'd be done in 2 days. Or you can put a layer of packing tape on them and be done in 2 minutes. I see a lot of beginner bookbinders spend ages making tools. You'll have old men learning how to turn wood screws to make presses and sewing frames. You can spend a lot of time avoiding actual bookbinding this way. If you seriously want to learn bookbinding, just make do to start with. A simple frame of wood nailed together and clamped to the bench will work fine for sewing. And unless you're sewing on cords, you don't need a sewing frame. Boards and bricks for a nipping press, boards, bricks and clamps for a finishing press. Let your local bookbinding community know that you're after these tools, and before you know it, they will appear. If you don't like the idea of waiting for used tools to become available, there is a simple answer: buy it new. There are some high-quality bookbinding tools available from specialty bookbinding suppliers, and you will have to pay for shipping unless you're extremely lucky. Schmidt in Germany have wonderful tools and equipment and ship all over the world, except maybe the steel presses. And yes, I regularly see people spend more money making something than the cost of buying a commercially available product. But back to this project. If you didn't see my children's board book video, you might like to go check that out to see what this alignment jig is for. And if you have a better name, the Super Stacker maybe, please let me know by putting it in the comments. Until next time, happy binding and cheerio.